monster.
Yeah, so am I.
Monsters are back, and this time, they're not asking for sympathy. They're demanding attention. Just when we thought we were done obsessing over Frankenstein reboots, 2026 shows up with The Bride, a film that looks less like a remake and more like a full-blown Gothic riot. Punk rock romance, murderous lovers on the run, electric dance numbers, and a bride who refuses to stay quiet, obedient, or dead. Directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal and starring Jessie, Buckley, and Christian Bale, this is not your classic monster movie. It's chaos stitched together with love and rage. Welcome back to Your Nerdy Show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, and today we're breaking down The Bride, everything you need to know about one of the wildest and most talked about films heading to theaters. If you thought monster love stories were done playing it safe, this one is here to set the whole genre on fire. Meet the bride who refuses to behave. Unlike the 1935 Bride of Frankenstein, which served as a direct sequel to Universal's original Frankenstein, The Bride stands on its own. This is not a remake in the traditional sense. Instead, it pulls inspiration from Mary Shelley's novel while remixing the mythology through unexpected influences, including outlaw cinema, punk aesthetics, and tragic love stories doomed from the start. The official synopsis sets the stage perfectly. A lonely Frankenstein monster travels to 1930s Chicago in search of Dr. Euphronius, hoping she can help him create a companion. Together, they reanimate a murdered young woman, and from that violent rebirth, the bride is born. But she is not the obedient creation either of them imagined. Instead, she becomes something volatile, awakening a dangerous romance, drawing the attention of law enforcement, and sparking a radical social movement that spirals beyond anyone's control. Jessie Buckley, who plays the bride, has described the film's energy in a way that instantly reframes expectations. She compared it to Bonnie and Clyde and Wild at Heart, but with monsters who quite literally have petrol in their skin and a match constantly hovering nearby. That metaphor alone tells you exactly what kind of love story this is. It's destructive, feral, and thrilling in a way that feels both romantic and deeply unsettling. Rather than portraying the bride as a passive figure or tragic footnote, the film centers her agency, rage, and desire. This version of the character isn't simply reacting to Frankenstein's loneliness. She is actively shaping the chaos around her, turning her resurrection into a statement. Love here isn't soft or comforting. It's revolutionary, dangerous, and loud enough to shake society itself. Christian Bale's monster and the most dangerous couple in Chicago. If the premise wasn't enough to sell the movie, the absolute cast seals the deal. Jessie Buckley leads the film as the bride, reuniting with Maggie Gyllenhaal after their acclaimed collaboration on The Lost Daughter. Buckley has described the role as one of the most confronting and liberating experiences of her career, noting that nothing about womanhood is off-limits in this interpretation of the monster. Her bride isn't sanitized or softened. She's raw, sexual, angry, curious, and terrifying in equal measure. Opposite her is Christian Bale as Frankenstein's monster, a casting choice that feels both inspired and inevitable. Bale reportedly underwent significant physical transformation to embody the creature, and behind-the-scenes reports suggest he remained deeply immersed in character throughout production. According to co-star Peter Sarsgaard, Bale's dedication bordered on obsessive, which honestly feels exactly right for a character stitched together from grief, longing, and violence. Sarsgaard himself plays a detective relentlessly pursuing the monstrous couple. As the human force of order chasing two beings who represent chaos, his role adds a grounded counterpoint to the madness. Interestingly, Sarsgaard is also Maggie Gyllenhaal's husband, continuing a long-running creative partnership that often thrives on moral complexity and emotional discomfort. Annette Bening steps into the role of Dr. Euphronius, the scientist responsible for the bride's resurrection. Unlike previous mad scientist archetypes, this character appears to operate in morally gray territory, blending ambition, curiosity, and a godlike fascination with her creation. The dynamic between Euphronius, the bride, and Frankenstein is expected to be one of the film's emotional cores. Adding even more intrigue, Jake Gyllenhaal is set to appear in an undisclosed role, fueling plenty of speculation about whether he'll play a villain, ally, or something far stranger. The ensemble cast is rounded out by Penelope Cruz, John Magaro, Julianne Hough, Jeannie Berlin, and several other familiar faces, making this one of the most stacked monster movie lineups in recent memory.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Here Comes the Bride trailer breakdown. The first trailer for The Bride wastes no time easing the audience in. It opens with the bride tumbling down a flight of stairs, immediately followed by grave robbers digging up her body. When she later refers to her death as an accident, Frankenstein coldly corrects her, insisting that everything was done on purpose, and there's nothing left to do now but live. That line alone perfectly captures the film's philosophy. Creation is violent, existence is deliberate, and survival is rebellion. Visually, the trailer leans hard into Gothic grotesquerie and punk chaos. The bride awakens covered in wires and scars, blackened patches marking her skin like bruises left by the universe itself. When she finally locks eyes with Frankenstein, she doesn't scream or recoil, she smirks. That single expression reframes the entire mythos. This bride is not afraid of what she is. From there, the trailer explodes into a frenzy of movement. Police chases, dancing bodies, shattered glass, and reckless intimacy all blur together as the words, "Here comes the fucking bride," flash across the screen. It's violent, sensual, and strangely joyous, selling the film not as a horror tragedy, but as a full-throttle love story fueled by rage and freedom. The second trailer expands on that chaos, opening with the bride casually smoking while Frankenstein watches her with quiet awe. New footage suggests her death may not have been accidental at all, adding another layer of conspiracy and betrayal to the story. The visuals lean even further into excess, showcasing elaborate laboratory setups, blood-soaked confrontations, and hints of the promised dance numbers that feel wildly out of place in the best possible way. Together, the trailers make it clear that the bride isn't interested in subtlety. It wants to overwhelm you, seduce you, and drag you headfirst into its world.
It's coming to you from the monsters!
Yes! Yes!
From dead, dark universe to full-blown resurrection, the road to bringing the bride to life has been almost as chaotic as the story itself. After Universal's Dark Universe collapsed following the failure of The Mummy in 2017, plans for a Bride of Frankenstein reboot quietly faded into obscurity. However, interest in the character never truly died, and by 2023, reports emerged that Netflix was developing a new take with Maggie Gyllenhaal attached as director. That version of the project gained momentum quickly, with early casting announcements including Christian Bale, Penelope Cruz, and Peter Sarsgaard. But by early 2024, Warner Bros. Stepped in to take over production, bringing Annette Bening and Jessie Buckley into the fold. Later that year, reports confirmed Netflix had exited the project entirely, leaving Warner Bros. As the sole studio backing the film. Despite the behind-the-scenes turbulence, principal photography began in March 2024. Sarsgaard later teased that the film includes large-scale dance sequences, describing it as the best script he had ever read. He framed the movie as something rare, a big, ambitious film aimed at both adults and teenagers, one that doesn't talk down to either audience.
No one brought you back to life.
Get on!
The release date, delays, and why Warner Bros. Is betting big. After several delays, The Bride is now officially set to be released by Warner Bros. On March 6th. Originally slated for a September 2025 debut, the film was pushed multiple times due to industry strikes, scheduling conflicts, and budget negotiations. Its theatrical release marks a major shift from its initial streaming-only plans, signaling strong studio confidence in its box office potential. The film will face stiff competition on release day, including the animated feature Hoppers, the immortal man from the Peaky Blinders universe, and Mila Jovovich's action thriller Protector. Still, The Bride stands apart as the most visually daring and thematically bold option in the lineup. At its core, The Bride isn't just a monster movie, it's a declaration. A reminder that horror has always been about outsiders, rebellion, and love that refuses to behave. And if the trailers, cast, and creative vision are any indication, this might just be the punk rock love story cinema has seen in decades.
This world is a black hole.
Our nerdy thoughts. So if The Bride delivers even half of what the trailers are promising, we might be looking at one of the boldest monster movies ever made. This isn't about recreating old horror icons, it's about tearing them apart and stitching something dangerous, romantic, and rebellious back together. A bride who owns her rage, a Frankenstein who isn't asking for forgiveness, and a love story that leaves bodies, broken rules, and burning cities in its wake. As we get closer to release, this is one film that feels impossible to ignore. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you excited for this punk rock take on Bride of Frankenstein, or do you think it's going too far? And if you want more deep dives into upcoming movies, trailers, and twisted reimaginings like this one, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Until next time, keep loving the monsters that refuse to behave.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.